Bad news, terrible news. Mayweather Promotions CEO does not believe that Ryan Garcia will be allowed to fight the guy who just fought Gervonta Tank Davis, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, a great fighter who gave Tank a competitive fight, but it doesn't look like Ryan Garcia will get that fight. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Also subscribe. Likes. You don't know how much that helps. So please throw a like on the video, share the video and the content. Now, Leonard Ellerbe, he's been engaging with the fans. Gervonta Tank Davis seems to be the talk of the town. Even other networks like ESPN, when they're hosting their own fight with Vasyl Lomachenko, they had no choice but to talk about Mr. Davis, Tank Davis. So clearly he's lit. He got people talking. He had a competitive fight with Isaac Pitbull Cruz. To me, more so because he got injured, because he started sitting down on some punches and he was landing some real sharp shots. And in doing so, I think he hurt his hand, and his hand was giving him problems. And then that's when it kind of got a little bit more competitive. But props to Pitbull Cruz. He showed he's supposed to be at the higher level, and he's young, so he can only go up from there. Great learning lesson, even in a loss. Tank Davis proclaimed post-fight with Isaac Cruz that a star was born. Tank's a knockout artist, a guy late replacement from Mexico, and he came out, valiant effort, didn't get knocked out, didn't get dropped, and he was landing some good body shots, things like that. So he definitely has a bright future. Now, in the past, immediately after that fight took place, this is what I posted. You guys see the timestamp, December 14th, 11:02. Your boy Ego says, Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz is the fight to make for the win, FTW. Let's see it. Hashtag LSI, that's my acronym. Subscribe to the channel. Hashtag Ego. Now, just to give you guys more details, Pitbull Cruz heard the insults from Ryan Garcia. After this fight, I'm just going to paraphrase because I've already made videos. This is why it's pertinent and very, very important that you guys hit the subscribe button, because I do this. I've been doing this a decade plus on this YouTube platform full time, and you got to hit the subscribe button if you're a boxing fan. The sweet science, because I go over this stuff in real time. So in videos like this where I'm just recapping, I'm not going to go into full detail. So I've made videos about this. Check those past videos out. If you like, hit the subscribe button. So Ryan Garcia, giving you the cliff notes. Ryan Garcia, after Tank's performance, said that how come Gervonta Davis keeps getting away with fighting middle of the road journeymen or C-class fighters, however you want to phrase it. He said he's fighting basically scrubs, bums, C-class fighters. Isaac Pitbull Cruz heard this and he was like, all right, if that's how you feel, I'll fight you. And this is what he said specifically, just so you guys, so we have a good starting point for this video, right? So in response, Pitbull Cruz says to Ryan Garcia, Ryan, he is free to express himself how he wants. I have nothing to say about him outside of the ring. All he has to do is call my promoter, which is Sean Gibbons, Manny Pacquiao Promotions. Call them and tell me where to sign. I'd go to Ryan Garcia's patio of his house to fight him, no problem, Cruz said to Boxingego Mundial. He goes on and says, silly fighters who are champions of social networks who dedicate themselves to uploading videos for their channels, saying he's basically a social media warrior. He said, me and Tank, we just demonstrated to them that we are fighters who, regardless of anticipation time, like he didn't have full camp for Tank specifically, did not refuse this Tank opportunity, and we still put up a great fight. We fought the 135-pound champion Tank that they said was invincible. We'd endured it for 12 rounds, and I think I'm ready for whatever. And I'm ready for the glass jaw, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Vasyl Lomachenko, George Kambosos. It does not matter. So like I'm saying, after the Tank performance, Isaac Cruz, he's feeling good. He's feeling good about his chances versus anyone. He called Ryan Garcia a glass jaw and says, I'll fight him in his patio, make the call. Unfortunately, according to Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard Ellerbe, I posted a tweet and he responded, he does not believe that Golden Boy would go that route and make that particular fight, right? So I showed you my tweet where I said, hey, Ryan versus Pitbull Cruz, let's see it. Mayweather Promotions CEO Ellerbe says, there's no way in holy HE double hockey stick that they make that kind of fight. Cruz is no tune-up for anyone. Ryan Garcia said he likes it though, LOL. Speaking of that, roll the clip.
Cruz said that he'll fight me in my patio. He also said he'll probably beat me. We definitely have to see that. And I look forward to that fight coming back. It should be a good one. Cruz is a pressure fighter. Pretty good one. Has good little movement. Nothing I haven't seen before, but we'll have to see how he does against me. I'm still just as fast and explosive as I've always been. And I think that with my speed, my timing, my reach, I think that I should be able to get the job done. We'll see though. I mean, obviously he gave Gervonta a pretty tough fight. Some would say that he beat Gervonta. I had Gervonta winning by 2 rounds. Gervonta could have made it way easier than he made it. I think he gave him too much respect. But
so that was Ryan Garcia. So Ryan Garcia, he has a lot to say, and he's like breaking down and saying, oh, Tank should have did it this way, and he could have made the fight a whole lot easier. So let's see it. Let's see Ryan Garcia do what you think Tank was supposed to do. It's a great fight. You have a Mexican-American in Ryan Garcia. You got a guy repping Mexico. You see the sombrero, you see the poncho, and he's repping La Raza. He's an action style. He didn't get knocked out. Ryan has knockout and explosive power, and he's critiquing Tank's performance, saying, Tank should have made that easier, so let's see it. And it's funny because when you hear Golden Boy, you hear Oscar De La Hoya always talk about Latino pride. You listen to Canelo's gym, Eddie Reynoso and Canelo. After Canelo fights, he's like, Viva Mexico! Canelo even FaceTime Isaac Cruz. So to say, oh, you know, good job, or I thought you won, or whatever Canelo told him before I think it was before the fight. So you see all this Latino pride, and Canelo got someone in his gym right now that would be a great match for Isaac Cruz. So why not? Let's see it, you know, let's see it. And it's funny because you have a black fighter in Gervonta Davis, and people are saying, oh, he's fighting, he needs to step up. But clearly people like and rate Isaac Cruz, because some people post-fight were even saying that Isaac Cruz beat Tank and should have won, was robbed and stuff like that. Furthermore, I can tell people like Isaac Cruz's style because before he fought Gervonta Davis, he had about 25,000 followers. 28,000 followers, right around there. I'll have you know that right now, as of me recording this video, he has 175,000. So even though it's funny how this works, let me put it in perspective for you. Even though Gervonta Davis beat him soundly, in my view, people said, oh, you suck, you got whooped, blah, blah, blah. People like Ryan Garcia then, after the fight, criticized Tank Davis, even though Ryan just showed you in that clip I just played that he had Tank Davis winning. Ryan's been on record saying, hey, you almost lost. Ryan offended Isaac Cruz, and Isaac Cruz responded, said, I'll fight you in your patio, make the call, we can make it shake, we can make it happen, right? And there's supposed to be Latino pride in Canelo's gym. Why not make the fight? Let's see if Golden Boy makes this fight, because again, somebody is clearly liking Isaac Cruz because he went from 28,000 subs or followers to 175,000. So it's funny how you see the hate for Tank and people are trying to denigrate Tank instead of just giving props to Isaac Cruz, who people clearly like because he skyrocketed in terms of his profile. And that's the mark of a good fighter or a guy who did good for himself. No offense and no disrespect. I respect fighters, all of the fighters that lace him up. But Chris Algieri was brutally knocked out by Conor Benn recently. And if you look at Google Trends or if you look at his profile, after being brutally knocked out, I'm pretty sure Chris Algieri's social platforms and medias did not jump up in terms of people following that person. But Tank Davis, is a killer. And the fact that Isaac Cruz didn't get knocked out, a lot of people they're doing it in a sneaky way, but they like Isaac Cruz, but at the same time they're hating because that's how they feel they have to get to Tank. ESPN and the telecast for the Lomachenko-Commey fight, which didn't do great numbers considering that it's on basic cable, they spent a good portion downgrading Tank, talking about how Tank needs to step up and fight higher class people. But I'm confused. Tank just fought this dude and he became basically a star for losing off of a moral victory. That's a nice body shot though. Boom. You never know. Boom. That's a great body shot. That's a dope picture, whoever took that. So anyway, Isaac Cruz is popping off of a loss just because this is what boxing is about. Boxing is about you represent for your people, la raza, you do a good job and you try your best, then people will give you credit. And that's what's happening with Isaac Cruz. And I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for him because I told you I was a Cruz fan and I continue to be a Cruz fan before or after. He held himself. He didn't do like Victor Ortiz and when the going got tough, quit. He was in there tough. He was troubling Tank with body work, in a few spots or whatever. Tank clearly won the fight. And people have such a hard time giving Tank credit that they're trying to insult the man. But clearly people like him because his social media is going up. He was at the Lakers game days after the Tank fight. Everybody's taking pictures with him now. So he's a great fighter. Why not see Ryan Garcia? Ryan Garcia is analyzing what Tank could have done and should have done. He pulled out of, several fights. He said he'll fight Tank. Then he said something better came up. Then he said, at times he'll fight Devin Haney. He said he would fight against Jojo Diaz Jr. And Jojo Diaz even has a video. He says, please, you better not pull out. And guess what? Ryan Garcia pulled out. So I think the Cruz fight is the fight to make. I am not confident, just like Mayweather Promotion CEO Leonard Ellerbe, that Golden Boy would make such a dangerous fight. But this is the fight game. Ryan Garcia says, okay, Isaac Cruz said he'll fight me on my patio. Let's make it. Why would Golden Boy not actually respect the fighter's wish when I just showed you the video? Ryan said he's about that action. And it's a great fight. Can you imagine the formerly known as the Staples Center, Ryan Garcia, Isaac Cruz? Both fighters said they want it, so what's the holdup? Especially, like I said, Canelo's gym has Latino pride. That's a great one. That's a great fight. You could do it Cinco de Mayo or, whenever. March. I think it's a great fight, and it's a fight to be made. And then we can see what Ryan Garcia can do with such a difficult style. And that will, if anything, if Ryan Garcia can get past Isaac Cruz soundly or better than Tank, then that would just bolster and boost Ryan Garcia versus Tank. That's my thoughts. Subscribe if you like the channel, if you like the content. Happy holidays. And I'm out. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.